Alright guys, this is the breakdown video. Not the build breakdown, but the breakdown. So, you guys saw the last video, last time I went to the track. I actually went back again the following 2 weeks later, and we had an issue. I was having my friend Amir drive the car. He has records, he does global time attack, and I wanted him to set a baseline in the car so I know how much room I have to improve as a driver, and also for him to shake the car down to let me know if there's anything I could improve on the car. In doing so, we were running it and the motor popped. He was driving it pretty hard, as he should. That's what I wanted him to do. And the motor just let go and started making noises, so we just pulled off the track and towed it in. That's enough talking, so I want to get straight into the video. I have it loaded here. So this is Amir driving. This is I believe it's Cotton Corners, and it's like kind of a lower speed, and it's the shift from 2 to 3 right here. 2 to 3 is when you start hearing the sound of something wrong, and then he noticed the low oil pressure light came on. Yeah, so you start hearing that ticking sound. We just start looking at each other because we're both confused. I didn't know that low oil pressure light came on, so I just thought like why are you slowing down? So we're just looking at each other, and he's looking at me like, I think I just broke your car. So yeah, so I'm like, what happened? I just thought he had enough. I was hoping.
The car had enough.
And then I was like, why are you going slow? And then yeah, we're just looking at each other like, what's wrong? Because I couldn't hear the noise because the car's so loud inside. So it is what it is. We're gonna fix it, move on, and hopefully be back at the track before the end of the year. Leading up to that track day, there's been a lot of issues in the past with the car. I don't think that the car is unreliable. I think people buy Porsches because they want to race them. That motor, however, under a lot of abuse, people do have issues for the 06 to 08 Caymans, and a lot of those have to do with oiling issues. And I addressed a lot of the issues that I could do to prevent these problems, but something else happened. So usually what you can do to try to prevent it is you do the baffle oil pan, because what happens is there's only one pickup. So under hard cornering, I did a deep sump so it could hold more oil, and I did the air oil separator, so it's an AOS. So before the track day, I've had issues with the car. Like, I had an AOS failure, which means it's basically like oil catch can, so the motor sucked down a bunch of oil, and that could have caused long-term damage. And so I think that the motor might have been weakened from that. And also, maybe a few years ago, I let my friend borrow my car, and the radiator broke when he was driving, and he didn't know, and the car overheated, which could have also taken some life off the motor. So, like, driving up to the track that day, I had a low oil light come on, and I was like, oh no, like, this is the night before, like, I hope it's nothing. So then I was like, okay, I'll check the oil the next morning before we go. So I turned the car to check the oil the next morning, and it said it was fine. I checked the oil level, it was good. I started up the car, no issues. I just thought it was a fluke. And then we're running the car all day, and it was towards the end of the day when things got hotter and Amir was driving, and that's when the motor let go. So what I plan on doing to fix the car now is I don't plan on selling the car because I'm so invested in the car and I love driving the car. People are like, oh, like, why don't you just sell all the parts, sell the chassis, and you buy something else to take to the track. And like, really, like, it almost doesn't matter what car you track. Some cars are more reliable than others, and they're cheaper to fix, but that's motorsports. Like, you're gonna have issues. So right now, it's the stock Cayman S motor is a 3.4, and I want to do a 3.8. So that'll give me like anywhere from 30 to 50 more wheel horsepower, which I think is what the car needs, because as of right now, the car makes like 300 wheel and it weighs like 2,900. So it's like stuck in between a high horsepower car that might weigh 3,500 and like, let's say S2000 that makes 250 and only weighs 2,500. It's like somewhere in between. So it's not very quick. So I think what it's lacking is horsepower. So this will give me the boost I need. Does this affect me tracking in the future? No, because I live for this and this is what I enjoy doing, you know? So it's just a setback, it's an inconvenience, but like, you know, like this is, it's just part of the game. So this isn't gonna stop me, but it might put me out a few months or a year or 2 years.
You just keep going.
But we're gonna bounce back and we're going for that 159. I did manage to do a 201.1, so I'm 1.2 seconds off from a 159. So with this extra little boost of power, I think we're gonna hit it for sure.
But that day you hit what you hit?
201.1.
And then the previous video we made, you
was
hit
202.4. So I shaved more time off because I'm getting way more comfortable with the car. So in the meantime, we're gonna be posting more videos of the other car, the newer Porsche, and then also there's a new car coming in. So stay tuned for that one. Like and subscribe, stay up to date with, you know, the new engine build process, and hopefully we'll be back on the road soon.